Waiting now for the introductions of our boys 800. Last race before we head back over to the mile section. Of course, that championship window, or high performance window, if you will. And it'll be that high school girls championship mile up next after this boys 800. Introductions now for the boys 800. Our pacer, Nick Alheim, 53 seconds per 400. He has been prescribed. This is Carter Beasley of Bentonville, Arkansas, 150-70 800-meter runner. From the Bush High School in Washington, Duncan Frisbee Smith, the 1A state champion in the state of Washington. Owen Wolf of Dowling Catholic High School in Iowa. Another Iowa standout, Mustafa Tia, representing Iowa City West. And then Joseph Murphy of Hershey, Pennsylvania. So introducing now our top three competitors in this race. Jakovic Sadecki of Old Mill, Maryland, the Maryland 3A state champion in the 800, the 16, the 32, Princeton commit. Part of that strong program in the state of Utah, Tayshawn Ogemo from Harriman, the 6A state champion in the 800 and running a personal best 149.40. And then our top entry, one of the fastest 800-meter runners in the country, Bryson Nielsen of Eastmark, Arizona, ran a 148.91 at the Arizona Division III state meet to claim a state title. Will be heading to Tucson next fall to be a Wildcat.
So this is an interesting scenario. Nielsen with the third fastest time in the country, Ogomo with the seventh fastest, but Ogomo coming down from the altitude. And you have to figure that this is, on paper, looks like it should be Nielsen's race, but Ogomo may give him again because he's coming down, and we've seen what these altitude runners have been able to accomplish. Could be a little bit closer than we anticipated. Nielsen, by the way, is a 49.40 400 runner as well as a 4:10 49 1600 runner. So he's got the strength, he's got the speed, he's the full package.
I'm just looking at my notes, Tom. 6 of the 8 athletes in this field are all state champions in their respective states.
And you don't see as many battles on the national level between top 800 guys as you do milers and long distance runners. So these guys don't know each other all that well, other than by reputation and by what they see in terms of stats. And
look who goes to the front early on. Jakovics out of Maryland.
Yeah.
Not messing around whatsoever, and the pacer has to work his way up to the front now.
Yeah, Jakovics got a little anxious there and really went out very, very fast.
And now settles back there into that third position. And on the inside of our pacer is Beasley of Bentonville, Arkansas. They were supposed to go 53 seconds, right on the dot, 53.22 for Beasley. Jakovics and the Arizona state champion Nielsen there in that third position.
And Ogomo is dead last, so he's got work to do if he's going to get through the labyrinth up here.
Beasley continues to be out front. On the outside, though, in lane 3 is Duncan Frisbee Smith out of the state of Washington. Won the 1A state title in Yakima just this past weekend, and he's continuing to fly and put the pressure on with Beasley here as we're less than 200 meters to go. Beasley, Frisbee Smith, and it looks like Wolf there on the inside. There goes Frisbee Smith now on the outside. Wolf in the inside as well. But here comes the Arizona state champion and Bryson Nielsen. Nielsen with that closing speed gets the win here in the boys 400.
Well, I have to say that was one heck of a finish. It looked like he came from like 6th to 1st in the last about 80 meters. He looked dead to rights there for a little bit of time just because of how far back he was. But then that finishing speed, the kid's a 49.40 guy. Really, really impressive run by Bryson Nielsen. Really impressive.
55.90 night closing speed. So you see there on your screen, he's sitting back there in 5th with 200 meters to go, and then goes as far as lane 3 to pass by the rest of the field and uses that 49-second speed for open 400 to get the win here in this boys 800.
Boy, he looked untroubled too. I mean, he ran 53.5, 55.99, and he made it look easy. By the way, a shout out to Owen Wolf, who finished second, 149.92. Of course, he goes to Dowling Catholic, the high school that will forever be made famous because Caitlin Clark went there. And Duncan Frisbee Smith, also an impressive performance, 150.33 in third. And Ogomo let all the altitude runners down a little bit here, finishing in 6th, uncharacteristically 151.8.
And actually, Quentin Nauman ran the all-time best in the state of Iowa for the 800 at the state championships. Owen Wolf is right behind him in 2nd all-time.
It's been a great year for Iowa middle distance runners. That's all I have to say. Really impressive group of runners.
And our champion, he came to us all the way from Arizona, 149.53, Bryson Nielsen.
2 lifetime bests from both Wolf and Frisbee Smith. And then, of course, you have Nielsen, who just had that incredible close. Went 55.99 on the last 400 meters after opening up in 53 seconds.
I would bet his last 200 was probably somewhere in the neighborhood of 27 seconds. I mean, he really, and again, he looked very untroubled doing so.
And I'm sure all of those
These
athletes...
guys were catnip.
Well, I'm sure all those athletes in the last 200 thinking, I got the better kick, I have the better kick than you. We welcome you now inside of St. Louis University High School for the 2025 HOKA Festival Miles. Keenan Gray alongside Tom Furr as we're the build-up now to that championship section. Again, history on the line here, but before we go to those races, we'll head back down to the infield with Tyler Day with our winner, the boys 800.
All right, let's head into Tyler Day with our champion, Bryson Nielsen.
Bryson Nielsen, champion here at 149. First off, you being from Arizona, why did you trade the dry heat to be in the humidity?
Honestly, the hot, dry heat over there is like way worse than here by a mile.
And then what inspired you to come out to the Festival of Miles? It's called the Festival of Miles, not the 800s.
I've heard so much things about this meet. It always looks really fun. There's a lot of catering to the athletes. It seems like everyone here is not to be strategic and win, but everyone's just out here to do personal bests and really have fun.
Well, you heard it, folks. Your champion, the boys high school 800 meters, Bryson Nielsen.
And that's what you like to hear too, Tom. It's just these athletes coming out